It is time to talk about new makeup releases. Once again, a very eventful week. A lot has happened. We are seeing more and more holiday 2024. And I actually bought some of it. I have very mixed feelings about it. Like, it's a bit too soon, but let's talk about these new releases. Alright, first holiday collection we're talking about this week is the Givenchy Holiday 2024 limited edition. We have what seems to be basically like an all shimmer palette. We have some red lipsticks, we have one of their powders. I believe these are pretty popular. I have never tried any Givenchy and I think it's gonna remain that way for a little bit. Like, this from the luxury brand is one of the brands that attracts me the least. So I'm gonna not buy any of this. Like, this is bougie. It looks bougie, but not really for me. NYX Cosmetics is sneak peeking their Holidays 2024 limited edition collection. We have kind of like this mystery box that is the Home Alone house. We have a Home Alone Fat Oil Lip Oil set. We have like many different things going on here. We have butter glosses, we have face palettes with the buttermelt formula, we have a Home Alone Battle Plan eyeshadow palette. I have to admit something, and I don't really know how to feel about it just yet, but I bought this. Like, I bought most of this. I found this while I was preparing for this video. I found this on the Dutch Zalando and I was just like, this is way too soon, but I also don't want to wait until everybody already has their video up. Like, I think I'm gonna be filming with a holiday collection next week. I think it's gonna happen, and it's actually gonna be a pretty warm and summery week in the Netherlands, so it's gonna be like 30 degrees Celsius outside, and I'm gonna be filming with a holiday collection. I didn't buy everything. I didn't see the shiny lip balm trio, the Slick Click Fat Oil sticks. I didn't see those, but I did get the butter glosses. I did get both of the buttermelt face palettes. I think this looks pretty cute, like the face palette vibes. I wish they wouldn't have made the packaging as big as they did. Like, the pants are much smaller in the packaging. Also, I kind of wish they switched out the bronzer shades, because honestly, the two blushes from the green palette and then the bronzer from the red palette, that combination would have been perfect for me, but for the sake of the video, I bought them both. I have not tried the buttermelt blush formula yet. I know it's very hyped. I love the buttermelt bronzer, but for some reason I haven't done it yet. So now I can try it in a palette. I did buy the Fat Oil set. I have not tried this formula yet, so I thought good chance to try it. I feel like I've heard some mixed reviews about that, and then I did buy the Ultimate Battle Plan eyeshadow palette, which I think is, you know, it's a typical Christmassy holiday color story, but I quite like the way it looks. Like, it looks nice, and it's been a really long time since I tried some NYX eyeshadow, so I'm gonna be trying that one as well. I don't know. I just felt like from the holiday collections, this is probably gonna be one of the ones that is most up my alley, that I'm gonna like the most. Like, as a consumer, if I were just a consumer, I wouldn't buy Christmassy makeup. I would try to stay away from Christmassy makeup. Probably I would buy a few things from like the Kiko Milano holiday collection, but that is usually not that on the nose. But I would kind of stay away from things that are this themed, because after Christmas it's just not that fun anymore. Like, you kind of forget about it. But I just thought this would be a fun video. I do see some cute things here. It was already available to me. I thought, you know what, I'm probably gonna buy a few Christmas collections for my channel, and this is gonna be one of them. Let me know what you think and if you are ready to watch this video. Last week I talked about the Nomad Cosmetics palette that had been like sneak peeked, like some shades had been shown, but last week we hadn't seen the full color story yet, we hadn't seen the full packaging yet, and this is actually the... Why is there never like the full name in these posts on Trendmood when it comes to the Nomad palettes? Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. I see so many different ways to describe this palette on the Trendmood posts, and it doesn't even say what the actual palette is called. Okay, Fuji 5 Lakes palette. So it's like fall in Fuji with the mountain. When I first saw this, I thought, and before I saw it, I thought, I'm not gonna buy this. Nomad is not for me. I told you about that palette that I tried before that I didn't like at all. I was a bit unsure of like if I would even try Nomad again like in the near future. But then I got a little curious and I watched some videos and people were actually saying like this is my favorite Nomad palette. The quality is so amazing. The packaging is so elevated. And I saw the looks and I saw the swatches and I kind of started seeing the palette for what it is, which is, it's quite cool toned. We have some muted blues, we have some kind of like neutrally shades, we have some cool toned yellows, and then we have some quite cool toned reds. Like one is a little bit more primary, but the other two seem a little bit more on the cool tone side. And when I first looked at this, I was like, this is bright. But I actually think once you start working with it, like of course it's not a neutral palette, but I can see a lot of looks with this and people are saying like the quality is amazing. The packaging, by the way, looks so good. It actually looks very, very elevated, beautiful, artistic. And there's also this Nomad EU website where I actually ordered it from. I got intrigued. Everybody was saying how good this is and I saw the colors, I really started looking at the palette and I just realized this is a type of color story that I can really enjoy. Like, I love those yellows, those blues, some like neutrals to kind of like soften it. And then I love combining reds as well, like blending things in with reds. Like I don't often wear like a full-on super red eye look, but I do think it suits me because it's really contrasting with my eyes. So I did end up buying this. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with it because so many people already have their videos up, but this could be one for like a multiple product video. I'm gonna think what I'm gonna do. All right, another collection by NYX. I feel like I've missed something in my youth. I feel like I have looked the other way while there was this huge cultural phenomenon happening, because I don't know what Beetlejuice is, but I keep seeing collections with Beetlejuice and then everybody in the comments is so excited and I'm like, I don't know what this is about. It seems kind of like funny horror, like children's horror, and I don't know, I feel like maybe I should go and look for a movie, I guess. So we're seeing another NYX collection. I've actually already seen a video by Heather Austin. She already had the collection, she got the PR box, she showed everything in a collection. I like the vibe of this, like the palette looks cute, the glosses look cute, there's a face palette, I love the funky shades in there. Overall, I think this is a pretty cute collection, but I don't know about the actual like movie or what exactly Beetlejuice is. I don't know where like it's coming from, and at first I was kind of like, should I? But now that I have already bought the holiday collection, I feel like even if this comes available to me like pretty quickly, I think I can skip out on this one and just focus on the holiday. I feel like it's not really necessary to buy like two pretty similar-ish bigger collections. I mean, it's like the glosses, it's a face palette, it's an eyeshadow palette. It's kind of similar in the way they kind of like structured this collection. And I just don't think I'm the right person to review this actually. Like I could tell you about the quality, but I couldn't tell you if they did a great job like showcasing the actual movie. Bobbi Brown is coming out with longwear cream eyeshadow and kohl eyeliner, so it's a dual product. We have a kohl eyeliner and then an eyeshadow on the other side. Bobbi Brown is a brand that I used to be like pretty into. I never had anything from them, I think, but I wanted the shimmer bricks so bad. There was a shimmer brick in Nectarine. I wanted it so badly, but I never got it. It's kind of like one of my makeup regrets. Not that it would be still like usable now because that was like 10 years ago. These are gonna be $39 each. They're now available at Nordstrom. I am not gonna be picking any of these up. Then Natasha Denona. She is coming out with a I Need a Warm eyeshadow palette. It's another one of her media palettes, 15 shades. I I'm not surprised that another neutral palette is coming out. What I am surprised by is that it's like the palette after the golden palette. I mean, the differences between the golden palette and the I Need a Warm palette seem very slight. Even if like there are no exact dupes, like the whole vibe is a kind of like a golden warm neutral palette. So I don't really understand. Like, it's already a little bit redundant in the range, but like launching them back to back seems like making it even a little bit more obvious, or making it too obvious. I don't really understand this. Like, in a way, I quite like the way this looks, but I'm not really like super into warm tones, and I'm not really into the Natasha Denona formulas. I feel like they are a little bit too subtle for the price. I would rather go to another brand that also does more subtle makeup. Like, I don't feel like it's hard to find subtle makeup. Usually it's harder to find like really impactful makeup because those pigments are also more expensive. I do, when I look at this, think about the Gloss Gods Let's Get Nude eyeshadow palette. That is what I think of. Very similar vibes. Yeah, I don't understand this. I don't really think this is a good choice. I think she's kind of like disappointing, alienating her fans that started really getting into her because she actually did color as more of a like high-end luxury brand, and I feel like she's really playing it safe. I feel like she's really following the money, and it's kind of sad seeing another brand kind of like succumb to this. Like, I get it. It is just, you start noticing as a brand that neutrals do well, that rosy tones do well, and you just see such a big difference, and you start losing your creativity because you don't see any like positive feedback on that really when it comes to how many people actually buy that. Even though like really like die-hard makeup lovers will love your brand, but you also want like the regular consumer to love your brand. So I feel like it's risky. Like, it's gonna sell well probably, but it's also risky because people are gonna get a little tired maybe. Alright, so the new Moira product is actually gonna be the soft blush balms. They are launched now and they're gonna be $850 each. I think that I quite like balmy cheek products, but in a way, like, I also have quite a lot now, and I feel like it's kind of enough. I feel like I have enough. I don't really get super excited about super balmy cheek products at this point, even though if it's a good formula, I would probably like it. But I just feel like liquid blush formulas that are more of a dry down blush formula are more versatile, are more easy to use. I just trust a little more, and I just think I have enough balmy products. Then Colourpop Cosmetics is coming out with new lipsticks. These are the Power Pout long wearing lipstick. We have 16 shades, and I have to say some of these look really good. It's supposed to be a really long wearing, comfortable matte formula. It's like comfy, cushiony, it gives intense payoff. This looks really nice, but I just don't know if I'm gonna buy anything from Colourpop very soon. Like, if this were a European brand, I would probably buy a few shades just to try it out. I just don't really know how to incorporate Colourpop in my life or in my channel at this point. I don't know how to do it. But I feel like this is a good launch, and I've been liking what they've been doing. Like, I do think that what they have been coming out with looks nice. It looks good. Okay, Victoria Beckham Beauty is coming out with the concealer pen. These are $68 each. It's a luminous coverage concealer, diminishes dark circles, decreases under eye puffiness, 8-hour nourishing veil. Like, there's so much going on here. They did a study on 31 female subjects. That is not a lot. I don't know why you're telling me this, because that doesn't make me feel like that's a very good sample size. I mean, 31, that's not a lot, okay? Some things are better kept for yourself. And maybe some people think it's a lot, but that's not a lot. Okay, $68 is crazy. That's crazy for a concealer. Let's move on. Alright, Patrick Cha is coming out with a Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. Lit from within, skin, lightweight and luminous. with serum-inspired ingredients, $58. Of course, it has hyaluronic acid and it has squalene, of course, coming out August 26th. $58. I can tell you, I'm not gonna be paying that for a foundation, and it's gonna be much more expensive for me to get it even. The rings looks fine. I'm not gonna find out if this is good. Well, maybe if I watch a video on it, but honestly, Petra is just not a brand that I'm super excited about. Then MAC Cosmetics is also coming out with a concealer. And these are gonna be the Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. This is also kind of like this, kind of like glowy, serum-y. It's a Radiance serum, 44 shades. I don't know. I'm not excited about this. I don't feel like I'm gonna buy this. Like I told you, concealers, foundations, usually they're kind of like an extra thing that I throw in when I try a certain brand, or I don't know. I've been getting into it, but not this much. I do have to say, this week I've been wearing a lot of foundation. Like since I tried this one, the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint, I've been wearing this every day since I tried it for the first time. I am really happy with it. I feel like it looks really natural. Like I do have a very like balmy, glowy, kind of like that balmy, sticky blush formula, the one from Gloss Supreme by Kiko Milano, but I just feel like my skin looks really good and it's just really easy to use. So I've been really enjoying that actually. Like if a foundation can convince me to wear more foundation, like more than once or twice a week, like that's a good foundation to me. I know not everybody likes that. Don't just take it from me if you don't like glowy skin. If that isn't for you, don't buy it because I tell you I like it, but I just like glowy cheek and skin products. Okay, Bobbi Brown, once again, Essential Eyeshadow Trio in 5 colors. These are gonna be, I believe these were like $50 each. Doesn't say the price here, but I was kind of like looking around. I already saw them somewhere. It was around that price. I do like the colors. I do like the vibe. It's very neutral, of course, but if this were cheaper, I would maybe like grab 1 or 2. Like it looks kind of cute, but it's way too expensive for what it is. I'm not gonna be buying it. But like the Smoky Plum, for example, I think looks really cute. Then we also have new shades of the L'Oreal Paris Infaillible Matte Resistance 16-Hour Wear Liquid Lipstick. So I recently tried this in my L'Oreal video, like haven't been missing out on L'Oreal. And I actually thought that this liquid lipstick formula was super sticky. Like this is a liquid lipstick formula that I could never wear on its own because it's so sticky. Like it feels like your lips are getting stuck together and you have to pull them free, and it's just not good. Like this is a type of liquid lipstick you wear underneath a gloss. Sure, that works, but I'm not excited about this. I don't really love the formula. There are other liquid lipstick formulas that I like way more than this. Also, I'm still waiting for the Catrice Endless Matte liquid lipsticks to become available. I am way more excited about those. Then the Pastel Roses UK is coming out with a Crushed Diamonds collection. This is already available, by the way. It's 4 quads. There's this bundle deal with these quads on their website, and they are really not that expensive. I was kind of like checking them out, but I feel like I should be a little bit more mindful with like trying new brands and buying things. I already bought the Nomad palette, so I'm kind of trying to calm down. Like I had this in my cart, but then I was like, okay, think, do you need to try this brand right now? And then I was like, okay, click away. It is a very interesting brand though, and I do like the look of these quads. Like if there wasn't so much going on, if it was kind of like still the quietness of the summer, I might have done it, but we're getting into like more busy times when it comes to makeup, and I just want to save my money for things that I know for sure I'm gonna love, or that I know for sure is gonna be really like exciting for my channel. So I decided to not get it now, but these look really nice. And then Caliray is coming out with some Blurry Blush Pore Minimizing Cream Blush. These colors look like I would like all of them, which tells me that maybe this range is not diverse enough. Like it looks fresh, it looks nice, it looks like whole pinks. That's why I like it so much. Like, I love pink anything. Like, literally anything. I mean, what isn't good in pink? I love pink makeup, pink clothing. The walls that are not this, what's that called? Wallpaper. It's all pink. Like, I had one goal when I moved. I want my own space. I want my own studio. I want my own like workspace, and it's gonna be pink. And I did that. So that tells you how much I like pink a lot. But yeah, I feel like this is not enough of a range. I feel like not a lot of people are gonna find their perfect shade here. I mean, I would, but I am just one person with a very particular taste in blushes. So I feel like they could have done something a little deeper, a little warmer. It's a little pinky. Then Bobbi Brown is also coming out with some Luxe Matte Liquid Lipsticks for fall 2024. 12 neutral to red shades, available September 26th. September 6th, sorry. These swatches on the lips don't look very good. I don't know what to think of that. They don't look very appealing. They don't look like I want to buy it. It looks like it's emphasizing a lot of lines. And it's looking kind of like darker on the lines or in the lines, like it's sitting weird in the lines. So I would definitely not buy this. Then Isabel Cosmetics is doing a collab with Bri C Beauty. It is launching on the 25th of August. And I have to say, these photos are so incredibly dark. I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, I can see that there's some shimmer. I can see kind of like the hints of colors. Like, there's some purple, there's some green, there's some blue. Like, there's some things going on here, but these photos are so dark. I mean, give me just photos where I can see what is going on. I get that you want to see the shine. I get that you want me to see the shine, but a lot of products will look very shiny in low light. It's just, it feels a little bit like almost equal to putting a filter on something. I would like to see some more clear pictures, please. And then I will give my opinion. Then Art Deco is coming out with the Ooh La La Forever Chic collection. It's a very, I feel like maybe Chanel inspired. It feels very Chanel. It just gives me the vibe with like the cushiony compacts that are black. I've never tried this brand. I don't know if you have ever tried this brand. I have seen it in store, but I've never really like taken my time to swatch things and look at things because I never hear anybody talk about it. I don't know if I'm missing out. It looks very, like it could have been like the 2010s. It feels really classic, but I don't know if I feel like it's timeless classic. I feel like it looks a little dated maybe. I'm not gonna be picking this up, but I would like to hear if you've ever tried this brand. Then there's also Holidays 2024 being sneak peeked by Benefit, and there's a lot going on here with face palettes, with sets, with different packagings that look like food. Why does it look like a can of soup? Why are they putting a mascara and bronzer and a Benetint in a can of soup? This was not what I was expecting to see today or ever. Who's thinking of this? I don't want to think. I love tomato soup. Don't get me wrong, but when I grab my makeup products, I don't want to think of that. I don't. What can I say about it? I feel like someone really loves soup. It's like grocery inspired holiday collection. Then we have, of course, the new Hourglass holiday palette. This is with Barneys New York. It's like a collaboration. I'm kind of wondering if this is gonna be the only palette we're gonna see for the holidays, or if it's just because it's with Barneys, it's a little different. They show it a little earlier. I have one blush from Hourglass, one of the baked blushes in Sublime Flush. I like it, but I don't reach for it all that often, and I just don't feel like at this point I need a very expensive face palette. Like, I do have some face palettes in my life. I like some of them. I think I'm gonna skip out on this one. Then Revolution has finally shown what is gonna be in the Mean Girls collaboration. I do feel like it's a little bit of a deja vu moment. Like, how many Mean Girls collabs have we seen? I don't know what brands, but I feel like we've been seeing it. But I haven't really paid attention before. So we have an eyeshadow palette. We have a lot of accessories. We have kind of like a cream face palette, glosses, brushes, bags. Like a lot is going on here. I don't even know where to look. Like it's a big collection, but it's not like it's a ton of makeup products. It's just a lot of fluff around it. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I could pick it up. I feel like if the quality of the palette is good, I could enjoy it. And that kind of goes for the other products as well. But I do feel like it looks a little cheap. So I don't really know if I want to pick it up. Like, if you want to see it, then I will. It kind of also depends on the prices. The palette is $24. The cream blush palette is $12. There's a Regina George lip gloss for $9. Some other lip glosses as well for $9. There's a cherry pink loose powder for $9. There's not that much actually in this collection. Okay, I might be persuaded. Depends kind of like on the timing. When do I see it on Boozy Shop? Does it make sense for me to buy it then? But I do feel like it feels a little cheap, but it is drugstore, but it does really feel drugstore. Then Vieve is coming out with the Skin Nova Complexion Balm. This is going to be $39. Packed with a powerhouse of skincare ingredients to hydrate and smooth. Skin Nova Complexion Balm has a medium to buildable coverage and second skin finish for a healthy looking complexion. There's 20 flexible shades and it's gonna be available on the 29th of August. This sounds pretty good. Like, it sounds good, but I'm not gonna be like a huge foundation reviewer. It's not gonna be what I do, and I've already decided that I'm gonna be reviewing the Huda Beauty, and so I'm gonna skip out on this. Besame or Besame Cosmetics, like, I guess it's Besame, right? Has popped up again. Feels like they have been in a long slumber, and they have woken up again, and they're like, here you have some Poppy Cream Rouge blushes, $28 each. I feel like this is such a strange brand. Like, once in a while I hear something, but most of the time I forget that they exist. So we have some cream blushes in kind of like brighter shades, but then there's also kind of like this glowy looking bronzy shade. These are available now. I'm not going to be picking this up. I think this is such a strange brand. But there are a lot of brands that are kind of like this. Like, all of a sudden they're dropping something and then they disappear again. Then Maybelline has come out in Asia with their Teddy Soft Lip Tint. It stays up to 12 hours, has a long-lasting blurred matte lip color, but you can also use it on the cheeks. There are 10 shades. This sounds really interesting. It looks really interesting because I don't really love this super blurry, very like lightly pigmented lip look in the end. Like, I've tried it, but it wasn't really my thing. But here you can see that when you do like 3 swipes, it's super buildable and it looks super smooth and very pigmented. So I'm kind of thinking I might actually like this formula. And also, since I've tried the ABH ones, the ABH kind of like velvet liquid lipsticks, I've been intrigued because I thought I didn't like this type of formula, but it kind of depends. It depends on what it is. And just from the lip swatch that I see here, I think this might be the type of formula that I do like. Especially if it's long wearing and if it's gonna be like very comfortable. I totally don't know how fast new Maybelline launches get to the Netherlands. Like, usually I'm not that quick with them. I just wait for a lot of reviews and then maybe like a year or 2 later I try some things. So I really don't know. Like, if these get to the Netherlands somewhat soon and I see them on a discount, I could buy a few shades. Maybe I will buy all. Like, it could be something that I do, but it really depends, because if everybody already has their videos up on this, like, I'm not gonna be doing that, like, if the information is already out there. But if I can be pretty quick and if I can really add something to the conversation, I can do a lip swatch video. So let me know what you think about that. And then there's also a new Be Perfect Cosmetics collaboration with Erin McGregor, and this is a bridal collection. I think this looks like every bridal collab that's ever come out. They always look like this. We have the neutral palette that is kind of like warmish neutral with a few shimmers. We have the pinky nudie lip products. We have some pinky nudie lip oil. It just looks very much like every other bridal collection. And even though it's cute, I do feel like we've seen this before. And then I saved the best for last. I was preparing for this video and then I was like, wait a minute. Did I forget about the Singe Beauty launch? Like, it was such a given to me. Like, when I saw this being launched, I was just like liking everything, but I didn't save the post because I was like, of course I'm gonna talk about it. Of course I'm gonna remember to talk about it. But of course, once you're in like the video, sometimes you forget things. So, Singe Beauty is coming out with a new evocative blush. Evocative silk blush, and we also have some makeup bags, but let's talk about the blushes. So we have 4 shades. One is a pink, one is a like tomato, but kind of like soft tomato red. Then we have an orange, of course, and then we have kind of like a brownish, reddish brownish, darker shade. These are glowy blushes, of course. Like, if you know Angelica, like, she loves a glowy blush. I love a glowy blush as well. But these are not glittery. These don't have any glitter particles in them. It's really like this. It seems matte in the pan, but then when you apply it, it just gets this very like natural glow. Very interesting how it is described. I am kind of like on the fence what I want to do with this. At this point, these are going to be launching in like 2 hours. I don't think they're going to sell out right away, by the way. At first, I was like, I will get the whole set. Like, it's $18 per blush and then it's $65 for the set. But I kind of feel like the orangey shade and then the very dark shade are not going to be ones that I reach for a lot. And I also feel like there's going to be a lot of like cheek swatching videos out there. I feel like there's going to be a lot of shorts, a lot of like videos of people applying these, trying these of different skin tones. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna buy exactly what I would buy, like what I would want. So I'm thinking now that I'm gonna buy the pink one and I'm gonna buy the soft red one. Like, those are basically my dream blush shades, and this will not sound so good. By the way, I love how they are kind of like using this kind of 70s theme throughout the whole collection. It's looking really cute. And then we have the makeup bags. I like the idea of the makeup bags. Like, they're super soft on the outside, and then when you open them up, you can like put down like flat your makeup. It's a lot of space, and inside is like really easy to clean. Like, it's all well thought through. But these are black, and if pink is like my ultimate favorite color, like black is kind of like the opposite. I hardly ever have anything in black. You won't see me wearing black very quickly. I think I have like 2 black things maybe in my closet, and I just kind of avoid them even. Like, I have one top that I do really like, but it's kind of like with flowers as well. But I just think this is not exactly my design. Like, I would like to try one of these bags someday, but if it's a different color, like I would love to see it in kind of like a cream color and maybe like a light blue. Once there's a shade that I really like, I will probably pick one of those up. But I love the vibe here. I love that we're getting kind of like these accessories, but we're also getting color cosmetics. I mean, I was really excited to see what would happen when Singe gets really into actual cosmetics, and I'm very excited to try these. And that's gonna be it for this week's makeup releases. I am actually gonna buy or have bought quite a few things: the Nomad palette, the Singe Beauty blushes, and the NYX holiday collection. And I might actually buy the Mean Girls collection by Revolution. Like, a lot is happening now. I'm trying to stay smart, I'm trying to stay calm, I'm trying to not buy so much. But I'm glad that last week I was a little bit more calm indeed, but now I'm gonna be trying and reviewing some new things. Keep an eye out for these videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye!